The crypto market's clawing its way back from the bloody weekend that we experienced. We'll talk XRP price. We've got an executive order starting a sovereign wealth fund. Ooh, digital assets in that basket. Coinbase calls for the Fed, FDIC to allow banks to get into crypto.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Happy Tuesday to you all, crypto and Web3 fans. And oh, yeah, we got deep green up on the screen. Why? Because the market's rebounding. And I've got more good news for you as another executive order aims to what, everyone? Maybe put some crypto in the old government basket. But before we get into the news, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning in the next video. Matthew Berry says, love the Y-files in the background. Oh, that's what I've got on today as well. Holy crap, did not know that so many of you out there were Y-files fans. I love binging on that action right before I go to bed. The Spaceborn says, love the Y-files. Seriously though, you're the only crypto channel I'm still subscribed to. Wow, that is a huge compliment. Thanks for saying all the naughty things, good, bad, happy, or sad. Well, guess what, everyone? I've got good news today. Lots of good news. What else do we got? Ron M's dropping support on the channel and says, I love your channel. Thanks so much. Well, thank you so much, Ron. And honestly, I love doing this. That's why I bring you the news while on vacation. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps the channel out. Bitcoin sitting at 98,930. ETH is 2764. Definitely a laggard in this market. Sol at 212. XRP is at 262. HBAR is at 25 cents while Doge is at 26.6. We're clawing our way back from that nasty, nasty weekend we went through, and a lot of you out there in the green from your purchases. Now, we've got a press conference happening today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. The timing of this press conference has to do with the executive orders that Trump signed yesterday, and I cannot be more excited about this. BTC and the alts are expected to react to a press conference by David Sachs, the AI and crypto czar, who will address key priorities for the industry. His conference will also feature crypto-friendly legislators like Tim Scott and John Boozman. Love it. The press conference will be crucial as President Trump has identified leadership in AI and crypto as the key focus for his administration. Sachs is expected to outline the administration's approach and potential priority areas. Now, wait until you hear the story about the executive order, which opens up the possibility for, you know what I'm talking about, strategic reserve assets. But first, Coinbase calls for the Fed, FDIC, and OCC to remove regulatory roadblocks for crypto banking. Coinbase is definitely doing the work and is calling on U.S. banking regulators to revise their stance on crypto services, pushing for changes that would allow banks to provide crypto custody trading services and partnerships with digital asset companies. This was reported by Bloomberg today. Hey, this is breaking news. That's why you hit the subscribe button. I'm telling you, I'm trying to earn the subs, man and gals. This is huge because if we get full on clarity, banks will want to get into crypto. And what happens when banks want to get crypto? We get even more green up on the screen because banks have lots of money. Now, the crypto exchange recently sent a letter to the Office of the Comptroller, Federal Reserve Board of Governors, and the FDIC requesting the OCC to withdraw an interpretive letter that Coinbase claims to create a de facto application process preventing banks from entering it. The company is seeking formal confirmation from the Fed and FDIC that state-chartered banks under their supervision can provide and outsource crypto custody to trading execution services. This is what Coinbase said. It's important for regulators to make clear that banks can work with third-party providers in providing trading and exchange services to their customers. Okay, so basically what happened before was there was some letters sent out to banks that were saying, hey, look, you get into crypto, we're going to probably bend you over. And there was a lot of ambiguous kind of stuff going out there. There was some cloudiness, there was some shadiness. And what Coinbase is saying is, hey, look, you know how you were shady before? How about you do this? How about you send a letter out there directly saying it's okay for y'all to get into crypto? Freaking awesome, isn't it? Oh, rising speculation of a U.S. and alt purchase after the Sovereign Wealth Fund executive order. Following President Trump's executive order to establish a sovereign wealth fund, industry experts are speculating that the government could start purchasing some BTC. Senator Lumens calls this move a big deal. Potential impact on the crypto market. Wayne Vaughn, CEO of Blockchain Data from Ethereum, pointed out that the Sovereign Wealth Fund will be led by Bitcoin and crypto-friendly figures. They keep mentioning Bitcoin, but remember, a lot of maxis are the ones that write the article, so I'll help us out to make sure that we include the rest of the market. Guess what? This would be awesome because with this executive order signed, you can what, everyone? Yeah, that's right. Start adding other assets to your reserves. A sovereign wealth fund is a state-owned investment fund composed of assets such as stocks, bonds, real estates, and other financial instruments. Including commodities. These funds are typically established by governments to achieve specific economic objectives and are often generated from budgetary surplus, foreign currency operations, and proceeds from privatizations. Characteristics of a sovereign wealth fund: stabilization, savings fund, pension reserve, development fund, and what, everyone? Hold on. We all wanted to hear this, and of course they saved the best for last. Strategic investment fund to influence or acquire strategic assets that can benefit national interests. And we've heard about the players out there wanting to add crypto to those strategic reserve assets. I am seriously so excited because when I heard that they did the executive order yesterday, and then I read a little bit more about it today, I was like, oh, baby. And then you've got the press conference with David Sachs today. So let's see, is David Sachs going to be talking about some crypto reserve assets? You know, if it happens, I'm going to bring you that news, so hit that notification bell. This is freaking awesome. And the crypto market is expected to move on positive announcements from Sachs. And I do not believe in coincidence. I believe this is all coordinated. So first, you get the executive order from Trump wanting to do what? A sovereign wealth fund. And then you get the announcement of Sachs going, 2:30 today, we're going to be talking about crypto to y'all. This is freaking hot. Now, what else is hot is the rebound from XRP. Now, granted, all right, we're not at the highs as we saw less than 24 hours ago, but we are still way better than where we were, and we are clawing our way back faster than most industry experts predicted. When the downturn happened over the weekend, there was a bunch of CEOs, CFOs, big shots out there, right? Big traders out there that were saying, you know what? We expect this to claw back, but they were expecting it to take up to 2 weeks for prices to come back. Oh boy, it ain't taking that long at all, is it? And check this out. This is the 15-minute candlestick where you see we have clawed back most of our way to that $3 mark, which is where we were before the bloody weekend happened. What do we call it, everyone? Sunday, bloody Sunday. And if you want me to stop singing and only bring the news, hit the subscribe button. Look at me pimp myself out on this hot Tuesday. All right, candlesticks we need to pay attention to, okay? Check this out. Right here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different candlesticks, all right here at that 277 mark. So you know where my alerts are set, right? I want to be right at 277 to see if we breach it or to see if we get rejected again. Our best chance of breaching that 277 mark and returning back to the $3 mark comes from the press conference today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. We get some bullish news from a man, David Sachs, and he's like, yo, we're going to be adding strategic reserve assets based to crypto. The markets are going to roar. Why? Because we haven't had any early indication yet of what's going into the speech. And this was all done in coordination with the new executive order sign. Now, on the low end, what are we seeing? We're seeing support for XRP right around that 250 mark, specifically at 247. So where are my alerts on the low end? 247. So I've got kind of a tighter range today, but that's because we're expecting big news to be happening later in the day. And XRP fans, you got to be happy because whether you bought the dip or not, it is a great sign to see the market rebound this quick. Even myself, I was sitting here thinking, gosh, I'm expecting this to take a week, maybe a little bit more than a week. Most industry experts were saying between a week to 2 weeks. And here we are, shortly after rebounding from lows. Check it out. The low on February 3rd, less than a day later, we're at the highs at 277. This is a good move. Now, granted, not so cool to see the market shaking out like it was, but it did provide some opportunities out there for you players to add to your bags. And it should give most of you out there watching, because I know there's some skeptics and some BTC maxis in the comments, which, by the way, every time a BTC maxi comments in the video, you know that it sends that video 7 different recommendations to new viewers. So maxis, keep typing away because you're helping out the channel. But this should give you out there more confidence that the crypto markets and XRP can withstand the storm. Now, when we get back to that $3 mark, we're all going to be celebrating. We're going to say, "Ooh, told you so, Maxis." And let's hope that our man David Sachs can make that happen today. And I seriously had no idea that so many of you were Wi-Fi fans, so it's awesome to be dorking out with like company. Now, yesterday, when the announcement was made about the thing with David Sachs, I was like, okay, this is really cool. We're ahead of schedule because we were supposed to be getting some information around this 22nd of February. And now we're getting an early meeting. And then all of a sudden, I find out that Trump signs the executive order on the sovereign wealth fund. And I'm like, yo, I don't believe in coincidence. These things were definitely coordinated. So I expect the market to be on pause until my man David starts speaking. Now, in order to see what the reaction is, I'm going to keep my eyes and ears peeled to the charts and to the news, and I'll be broadcasting you the hot stuff that comes along. Speaking of hot stuff, I know we don't have a lot of Coinbase fans because a lot of the scams they allowed, and I brought that story up yesterday about the 300 plus million that was allowed with Coinbase to be scammed. But Coinbase is also shouldering the load when it comes to the regulators. They're taking them to court, and now they're taking it one step further. And that step further that Coinbase is taking is saying this. You know those letters you sent out before that were threatening to banks and all that kind of stuff? We want just the opposite. We want you to tell banks now that it's okay to get into the crypto pool. And how awesome would that be if banks wanted to get in on that action at the prices we're at now? That could easily send XRP past $3 and the rest of the crypto market deep, deep in the green. So let's see if the FDIC, OCC, and others follow through with that. Or if Coinbase is like, yo, we're just going to take you to court just like we took the SEC and we'll get up your ass too and force you to reveal the stuff. Because that's part of what the executive order is about too. Figuring out what the actual regs are and getting complete clarity in the market. And these players are moving faster than expected. Because remember, the first executive order was set to expire on February 22nd. That was designed to tell the entire market, hey, these are the regs that are involved. These are the rules. This is for banking. This is, and kind of give what the current status is right now of the regs. And here we are, 2 weeks sooner going through this. Golf clap. Golf clap. Love it. All right, everyone. I'm going to go watch some Wi-Files. I'll catch you cool cats later. And of course, what? Choo choo, bitches.